Okay, hello there. We've just finished making a couple of videos using Minitab. I want to try to make this one a bit quicker. We're going to use Excel for this to make tables of the probability and cumulative probability. Now over here we have a binomial distribution. If you see up in C1, I've said n equals 10, p equals 0.3. So this is the clothing store problem, but now we have 10 customers coming into the store. So how do I get the probability that we have, say, 0 customers here, or 0 sales out of 10 customers? Well, I'm going to go equals. I start typing binom and I get binom dist there. Put in the tab and it tells me how many successes. And for that I'm going to click on B6. Then it tells me how many trials. I'm going to click on C1 and then I type F4 to get absolute referencing. And C. And then what's the probability of a success? I'll click on C2, F4 to get absolute referencing. And then what is the type of distribution here? Well, if I put a 0 here, then this will be the probability of getting exactly 0. Okay, which is 0.028. Let me come down and we'll, okay. We'll bring that out to 3 decimal spots, and we'll just copy this down. I've got the relative and absolute referencing right. Okay, so we have the most likely is, as we'd expect, 3. About, okay. Now, over here, I'm going to, again, type binomial distribution, and just to review it here, that we have for no successes, 10 total trials, absolute referencing, comma, then the probability of a success is 0.3, absolute referencing, comma. This time I want the cumulative, so I type a 1 at the end, and the first one's going to be the same as before. And again, let's bring that down to 3 decimal spots. Okay, but now we'll copy this down, and at the bottom we see if 10 sales out of 10 customers has a probability of 1. Now over in the Poisson distribution, which is a little bit different, this might be in any 15-minute period, how many customers walk in off the street, or how many clicks do we get on our website. That's something we're more likely to fulfill the conditions of Poisson, if everything be independent. How many clicks on our website in a 15-minute period? Okay, well, exactly 0. Oh, by the way, up in G1, you see up there the mean is 3. And so maybe this is a 5-second period. Maybe it's a minute. Who knows? Clicks on our website in 1 minute. On average, we get 3. So let's see. Poisson. It just says Poisson, not Poisson, D-I-S-T. Any case, how many events? 0, comma, what's the mean? 3, put in absolute referencing. And again, if I want the PDF, the exact probability, I put in a 0 here, close the parentheses. Okay, and we'll bring that down to, whoops, I always clicked the wrong one. Okay, we'll put in 4. Doesn't much matter. Okay, and there we go. Out to 10. There's still, well, not much probability of getting a 10 in this period. Probability is concentrated mostly up here within 5 or 6. Well, let's take a look at the cumulative probability. Equals Poisson. Okay, 0 events, comma, the mean is 3, absolute referencing, comma, this time I want cumulative, so I ended up with a 1. All Alright, the first one is the same. Should format this ahead of time. Okay. 498, we pull it down. And notice the cumulative isn't quite 1. That's because there's a non-zero probability of any number up as far as you go in the direction of positive infinity. But once we get to 10, we're pretty close to an overall probability of 1. So from this, I can answer all sorts of questions about what's the probability in binomial of having either 3, 4, or 5 sales. I just add these three numbers up. What's the probability of having 2, 3, or 4 arrivals? I just add these up. What's the probability of having 5 or fewer arrivals? I'd look at this. What's the probability of having at least 2? It's 1 minus this, so let's come with the probability. Let's do that real quick. That our random variable, capital X, is greater than or equal to little x. Let's do that here. The probability that's greater than or equal to 0, that's 1. Right? Okay, let's use the brush here to give that, and I'm going to pull it down here just to format it. But it's not going to be 1 here for the next one. The probability that we're greater than or equal to 1 is equal to 1 minus the probability that it's exactly 0 over here. Oh, excuse me, not this one. I've got to put an equal sign in there. Equals 1 minus the probability that it's less than or equal to 0 here. Okay, so if I keep coming up here, and now we have the probability that we're greater than or equal to 10. Okay. Notice it's 1 minus the one just before, the cumulative just before. Okay, that's it. We're up on 7 minutes now. That's enough time for this topic. But as you can see, Excel also you can use pretty quickly, and it can be quite useful for getting answers, especially checking your answers on to some of the homework problems that we have last week and this week. Okay, I'll see you all later again. Goodbye. Take care.